Hey guys, it's your girl, Chef Jazz here, owner of Green Panther Chef, where we normalize cooking with cannabis. Super excited today because we are highlighting beta-caryophyllene. If you don't know, that is a terpene that is found inside of cannabis, and we are pairing that with a baked rockfish. So let's get started. So to begin the base of this product, I love to put my pan inside of an oven that's already been preheated. Excuse me, it's a mouthful, at 350 degrees. So I'm going to take out that pan. I love either a stainless steel, a non-stick, whatever you have on hand. I do have a non-stick, but it's all about building the layers of flavor. So let's put this over here so you can see all the good action. So we're going to take our pan, and we love to start, at least for myself, just on the base of your pan, you have to season it. So we're going to add a little bit of rosemary, right? Rosemary is really good, and I really like it because it has a synergy when it comes to cooking with cannabis. And when you are using, I feel like, any type of strand, it really elevates or it really gets the most out of any type of cannabis terpene or any type of cannabinoid that you're going to be cooking with. So on the bottom of the pan, and I want to move a little bit quick here, you want to add your rosemary. We have some beautiful rockfish that we have found. And we already have that butterfly. And what we want to do is just season that with a little bit of salt and pepper. We're going to talk about food handling. So I have some salt and pepper that's already put to the side here. And some garlic too. that I'm going to be using for the fish. All right. So how we actually season it, it's on the inside and the outside. Yes, it comes from the water and all that good type of stuff, but you still have to season fish, guys. I don't know where do we get that from? You don't season stuff that comes from the ocean. No. All right, so add some just salt on there, and then some pepper. We're talking about beta-caryophyllene. So beta-caryophyllene is actually found inside of black pepper. Black pepper is super awesome. And the reason being is because it has a synergy with those, with beta-caryophyllene. And then it also interacts with those CB2 receptors that are located inside of your gut. With me being a gastro or a Crohn's survivor, and that's a disease that deals with the gastrointestinal system. So really making sure I have homeostasis inside of that area is awesome, because I love to be productive. Who doesn't love to be productive? All right, so salt and pepper on both sides of the fish and also on the outside. Do not be afraid. If you feel like I'm losing you on any of this, do not, because I'm going to leave all of the recipes and all that good stuff in the show notes. All right, so our rockfish has already been seasoned. Our pan is still a little bit warm. We still have to move quick, so let's get this stuffed. All right. We're going to be using a little bit more of that rosemary. And the reason being, it's because it has such a great fragrant flavor. And it pairs well. Or thyme. If you don't have thyme, absolutely. And it pairs well, really well, with fish. So I'm going to be using 3 large sprigs. All right. So this is lemon rockfish. All right, so limonene, that's also another terpene that we're going to be highlighting, but this is also found inside of cannabis. So you want to just take a little bit of lemon as well. Lemon, fish. In other episodes, what did I say? If it's swimming, it gets a lemon, all right? So definitely, it just seems like that synergy is there. So if you can sneak it in, make sure you do so. I'm going to add a little bit of onion to the situation. And then we're just going to cover this up with just a tad bit, just a little bit. You might think that I'm using a little bit of seasoning, but guys, it all comes together. Trust me, trust me. And so on the inside, you do not want it to be dry. So we're going to add just a little pads of butter. And this is not infused butter. We actually are putting this into an oven at 350 degrees. And so I try not to cook with, when I'm baking with cannabis, anything above 325 degrees. And the reason being is because you can burn off some really good cannabinoids, right? So this is actually non-infused butter. If you want to learn more about that, check out our prior episodes. We're just going to close that up. Oh my goodness, it's all stuffed. We had the salt, the pepper, the lemon, the fresh herbs, the garlic as well. We're going to put this on a warm pan now on top of our rosemary. Oh my goodness. And I do like to keep the head on. So this is just for preparation. I like to keep the head on, but if you don't like it, no problem. Just tell your person to actually just take it off. We're going to throw this into the oven. Like I said, it's already been at 350 degrees. We're going to let that roast for about 35 minutes. So guys, check it out as I pull it out the oven. All right, guys. So we are back and the rockfish is ready. Let's get it out of our oven. Oh, it smells so good. We're going to let that chill out just a little bit. And so as far as our sides that we're going to be serving with our rockfish, we're going to just have a little bit of steamed rice and roasted Brussels sprouts. So make sure you check out greenpantherchef.com for all the recipes for all the type of sides that we're going to serve. All right, so we're doing our lemon rockfish. We already topped it and stuffed it with onions and herbs and a lot of good lemon as well. So we're going to let this rest, as I would do with any good type of chicken or turkey or anything like that. You don't want to mess with it as soon as you get it out the oven. So we'll let it hang out. All right, guys, so we let our fish rest for about 4 minutes, and we want to pull it from our pan. All right. So we can actually cut it inside of our pan. If I stuff it, it has a lot of goodness inside of it. I'm definitely not going to take it out. But because we're cooking at home, I want you to see the beauty of this fish. All right, so we do have our head on there. If you do not want the head, it's absolutely fine. You know, you can just cut it off. I'm not going to be like, so what do you call it, graphic and cut it off here. But what I am going to do is just remove a little bit of those herbs that we already flavored our fish with. So any of the herbs that you do see, you can just pull those off. I know that we have some on the bottom. And we have some in the center as well. I think that's good. I'm not going to mess with it. We just don't, and the reason why I do that, some people might say, why does she just like look inside the fish? Like the reason being is because like I don't want people to have like a whole sprig of rosemary. And the reason, and then also the rosemary had like the rosemary stem has a lot of flavor in it. So I love to put the whole entire plant inside of the fish. So if we can just pull that out as we do a bay leaf or something like that, just kind of keep that type of philosophy going. All right. So we can actually serve this fish whole, or you can cut it. I'm actually going to serve it whole. I'm going to cut off the tip just a little bit. There we go. Some people don't like the fin. You can cut off the head too. I mean, hey, why not? If you don't want to see, just look away really quickly. And this is when it's really perfect to pull out those extra herbs or anything, you know, that you're not going to be using. Just clean it up a little bit. I mean, hey, why not? I love to top mine with just a little bit of our CBD or our cannabis infused extra virgin olive oil, butter, but extra virgin olive oil is awesome. and just a tad bit of fresh herb. Fresh herbs are always the best. I mean, especially when you're cooking with cannabis, and how many fresh herbs are found inside of cannabis. It's amazing. So if you can cook with fresh herbs wherever you can, I highly encourage you to do so. So guys, this is our baked rockfish. We have lemon, rosemary. We did some steamed rice here with some roasted Brussels sprouts as well. So guys, if you want to check out the full recipe, make sure you head on over to greenpantherchef.com. We have all of your cooking with cannabis action. I'm your girl, Chef Jazz, and thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned.